Welcome. Fade to Black breaking news for this Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Help support the news and our show. It's simple to do. Just get your Fade to Black T-shirts and the new Game Changer membership. The links are below. Do it now. Let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 1844, while in jail, Joseph Smith, the founder of the Mormon Church, was murdered by an armed mob in Carthage, Illinois. 5 men were tried for Smith's murder, but all were acquitted on this day in 1844. Here's your Fader fact. Applesauce. I love applesauce. Applesauce was the first food to be eaten by astronauts in space. There you go. Let's get to the breaking news. Lots of breaking news, lots of space breaking news, lots of aliens and ET and contact and disclosure news. And I'm going to start with this. Yesterday, Senator Marco Rubio said that those who have come forward regarding claims about the United States government retrieving alien craft, quote, have held very high clearances and high positions within our government, end quote. The senior senator for Florida and vice chair of the Select Committee on Intelligence was cautious not to reveal who had already come forward with information as part of an investigation by Congress. Quote, frankly, a lot of them are very fearful of their jobs, fearful of their clearances, fearful of their career, end quote. Rubio also said that, quote, some were public figures who we've heard from in the past, while others had not spoken publicly on UFOs. Others, meanwhile, still work in the government. I will say I find most of these people at some point, or maybe even currently, have held very high clearances and high positions within our government. So you have to ask yourself, what incentive would so many people with that kind of qualification have to come forward and make something up? End quote. At the beginning of June, House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer announced an investigation into allegations that a top secret military program already had a fully intact UFO in its possession. The investigation will be led by GOP Representatives Anna Paulina Luna of Florida, a committee member, and Tim Burchett of Tennessee, who is not a committee member. I will keep you posted. If you are a fan of science fiction and sci-fi like I am, you probably know all about the tractor beam. The best version, Spaceballs. But that's for another time. But a real-life tractor beam is currently under development at the University of Colorado Boulder with the goal of eventually helping clean up space junk. If you can just shoot a beam at something to grab it, most of that danger can get avoided. And you know what's going on up there in the junkyard of space. The team working on this technology is looking to create that tractor beam, which would basically work like a very strong version of static electricity. In order to test its tech, the team is using a device called the Electrostatic Charging Laboratory for interactions between plasma and spacecraft, otherwise known as ECLIPSE. It's a chamber that mimics the regions of space around our planet that is most full of space debris. The team estimates that it could pull a several-ton satellite around 200 miles over 2 to 3 months. It's not that fast, but it would be fast enough. That is crazy news. The Orion capsule, undergoing preparations for the crewed Artemis II mission at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida, recently received an essential piece of mission hardware. A laser communication module called the Artemis II Optical Communication System, otherwise known as the O2O, was delivered to the Kennedy Space Center for integration with Orion ahead of the Round the Moon Artemis II mission, which is expected to launch near the end of 2024. O2O uses laser technology to beam messages with data rates far greater than conventional radio transmissions and will vastly improve the speed and types of data transfers that the Artemis II astronauts can send back to Earth. O2O was developed at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland with the help from MIT's Lincoln Laboratory. The European Space Agency, otherwise known as the ESA, is gearing up to launch its newest space telescope. It's called Euclid, which is scheduled to launch from Cape Canaveral in Florida this July 1st. Euclid is designed to help solve two of the biggest mysteries in the universe: dark energy and dark matter. Its 6-year mission is to map 1 billion galaxies and measure their movements and look into the how and why our universe expansion is accelerating. Wow. Ryan Seacrest is in the news. Ryan will take his place as the new host of Wheel of Fortune in 2024. Sony Pictures Television, the company that produces the game show, announced today. Ryan has signed a multi-year agreement with the show and will also serve as consulting producer. Pat Sajak announced on June 12th that he'll be retiring in 2024 after serving as the host of Wheel for 40 years. Seacrest has been the host, of course, of ABC's American Idol for 21 seasons. Is he still going to continue to host Idol? Is he hosting Idol now? I don't even know. Anyway, it's news. And finally, I'll leave you with this. Pepsi, not Coke, Pepsi. In an effort to show that hot dogs go best with Pepsi, has crafted their own ketchup in partnership with the Culinary Institute of America. It's called Cola Chip. That's right. Ketchup, Cola Chip. And just like hot dogs, we don't know what's in it. That's right. But its flavor is described as the iconic sweet, citrusy taste of a crisp, refreshing Pepsi Cola directly on your hot dog. Allegedly, the concept is simple. The distinctive flavors and vibrant citrus blend of Pepsi enhances the bright and tangy characteristics of ketchup, offsetting the smokiness of the hot dog. Now, if you're brave enough to put yourself through the taste test, Cola Chip will be available on July 4th at Comerica Park in Detroit. Look for that sample cart in section 139 at the ballpark, and please report back to me. Do this for science, and Godspeed. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. Don't forget your Fade to Black T-shirts, your Game Changer membership. The links are below. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. Go back, Lee Tappy.